Friends, as you know, during this lockdown period, learning is never ending. We shall enhancing our learning by e-learning process. Today, we learn a topic that is nouns. Nouns. Today we learn a topic that is nouns. As you know, noun is a naming word or it is a name. Noun is a naming word, words, or it is a name. Noun is a naming word or it is a name. First of all, I would like to talk about what is noun. Okay, who can say, raise up your hands, what is noun? Yes, good, very good, sit down. Yes, you stand up, say what is noun? Very good. So, friends, noun is a naming word or it is a name. From a layman point of view, noun is a naming word or it is a name. According to English grammar, noun means a word that refers to a person, name, place, thing, object, animal, bird, activity, quality, state, and condition. What is noun? A noun is a word. Noun is a word that refers to a person, name, place, thing, object, animal, bird, activity, quality, state, and condition. That means, first of all, you have to remember one thing, that nouns means it is a name or a naming word. A word which refers to person. It may be a name of person, it may be a name of person, it may be a name of place, it may be a thing, it may be an object, an animal, a bird's name, an activity, a quality, a state, or a condition. So, noun means a word which refers to person, name, place, thing, object, animal, bird, activity, quality, state, and condition. You have already learned a lot of things regarding noun from your previous classes. So, first of all, noun is a naming word or it is a name. You may say that noun is a word that refers to person, name, place, thing, object, animal, bird, activity, quality, state, and condition. For an example, grass is green. In the first sentence, you have a look towards the blackboard. Grass is green. And the second sentence is cows eat grass. Third one is fields are full of grass. Fourth one is Pinku has a bicycle. And the fifth one is Sila is in a girls' school. In the first sentence, you see grass is green. The word grass. It represents what? It represents a name, an object, or a bird. Who can say, raise your hands? So, grass. In the second sentence, cows eat grass. Here also grass. In third sentence, you see here that fields are full of grass. And fourth one, Pinku has a bicycle. Sheila is in a girls' school. So in the above following sentences, in sentence 1, you see grass is the subject. Yes or no? Grass is the subject. In sentence 2, cows eat grass. Grass is used after the verb. After the verb. The same word grass is here used after the verb. It represents as a verb. But in third sentence, you see grass is used after preposition. Here, F represents preposition. In the third sentence, grass is used after preposition. But in the fourth sentence, the noun is used, the noun bicycle is used after the article. Here, A represents an article. Last sentence, you see the last sentence, Sheila is in a girls' school. Here, the girls is used after apostrophe S. Apostrophe. Fifth one, you see, it's the apostrophe. Here, as a subject, in the first sentence, noun is used. Noun is used as a subject. In second sentence, noun is used after the verb. That means subject may be noun. In some cases, you see that the noun is used as a subject as well as it is used also after the verb. But in case of third one, fields are full of grass. Here, grass is used after preposition. That means noun is used also after preposition. You have remember one thing, that noun is used after preposition. Here, Pinku has a bicycle. That means the bicycle represents as a noun and it is used after article. Yes or no? Do you get my point? Yes or no? Please tell me. Is there any doubt? Yes. Very good. Stand up. Say what is the matter? Okay. The Pinku has a bicycle. That means the bicycle refers here as a noun and it is used after the article. Here, the last one, Sheila is in a girls' school. School represents as a noun and it is used the girls. That means apostrophe S. In both the cases, you see the noun represents a person, name, place, thing, object, animal, bird, activity, quality, state, and condition. The other examples may have like that English is a foreign language. Note down into your copy. English is a foreign language. Hari is my best friend. Hari is my best friend. So in both the cases, you see there is also some noun. You have to identify the noun. And circle the noun in the following sentences. You have to do something that in the both the cases you have to circle the noun. According to the use of noun are divided into 5 categories or types of nouns are. There are 5 types of nouns. The first one is common noun, second one is proper noun, third one is collective noun, fourth one is material noun, and the fifth one is abstract noun. But our class is concerned only types of noun in case of countable and uncountable. Our class is concerned with countable noun or countables, uncountable noun or uncountables. The speaker, countable means nouns are seen by the speaker. Nouns are seen by the speaker in units. We call them countable. The nouns are seen by the speaker in units. We call them as countable. The nouns which are seen by the speaker, the noun which seen by the speaker in units, we call them as countable noun or countables. The countables has both form. That means it has singular form and also plural form. The countable has singular and plural form. The nouns, that means, what is uncountable noun? Now, uncountable noun means the nouns are not seen by the speaker in unit. The nouns are not seen by the speaker in unit. We call them as uncountables. Not seen. Not seen by the speaker. We call them as uncountable or uncountables. Do you get my point? Our class is concerned with what is countable noun and what is uncountable noun. Write down some features of countable noun. Write some features of countable nouns. The first one is, now it has singular and plural forms. The countable noun has, write down, the countable noun has singular and plural forms. They go with singular and plural verbs. For an example, that boy is French. For an example, that boy is French. So, these boys are French. That means the noun boy has the form of boys. It has a singular form and it has also plural form. It has singular form and it has also plural form. Both the cases, that means the noun has both singular and plural form and they go with singular and plural verb. Countables have another point of countable, the features of another countable noun is they have a, n and numbers in front of them. That means they have a, n articles, a, N, A-N. They have A-N in front of them. They have A-N in front of them. In both the cases, you see they have A-N. They have A-N. When we write countable noun, we have to check out that before A-N and some number also there. But in case of uncountable nouns, it has one form only. The uncountable noun has only one form. Suppose, for an example, health is wealth. Health is wealth. Health is wealth. Health is wealth. Sugar is sweet. Sugar is sweet. Water is necessary for all. Water is necessary for all. Do you get my point? That means the uncountable noun or uncountables has only one form. It has not used any article before or any number in front of them. That means the uncountable noun has no use of article or numbers. So, today we learn noun. Noun is a naming word or it is a name. Noun is a word that refers to a person, name, place, thing, object, animal, bird, activity, quality, state and condition. And types of noun: common noun, proper noun, collective noun, material noun, abstract noun. Function: according to the function of noun, noun are divided into two parts. The first one is countable noun, or you may say countables. Uncountable noun. The second one is uncountable noun, or you may say uncountables. The noun which seen by the speaker by unit, we call them as countable noun or countables. The noun which has not seen by the speaker as unit, we call them as uncountable noun or uncountables. Now, I will detect some sentences. You have write those sentences into your copy and identified whether the countables or uncountables. Whether they are countables or uncountables. There is some egg on your chin. Write down. The first one is, there is some egg on your chin. Chin, C-H-I-N. There is some egg on your chin. Sunday is a holiday. Third one, the boy is eating cake. Fourth one, do you prefer tea or coffee? Do you prefer tea or coffee? Fifth, my pen doesn't write well. My pen doesn't write well. And the sixth, I need some paper to write an essay. I need some paper to write an essay. He has a pakka building. He has a pakka building. The porter carried my luggage. The porter carried my luggage. Water is life. Water is life. The door is made of glass. The door is made of glass. You have to identify the countable and uncountable nouns. Circle the countable noun and underline the uncountable nouns in the following sentences. And this is our class. We learn about nouns, types of nouns, function of noun, countable noun or uncountable noun, and nouns, the noun which are seen by the speaker in unit or units, we call them as countable. For an example, a bird, mangoes, a glass of milk, a spoonful of sugar. The nouns are not seen by the speaker in units, we call them uncountables. For an example, water, sugar, oil, rice, gold, coal, air, health, soil. Okay. And this is our class all about nouns. Thank you all. Thank you, class.